Hi guys, so today is Wednesday and it was Max's first night here in the Koala Ward. So last night I stayed in here with Max overnight, and he had quite a terrible night. So
that's Leo, by the way.
So something that we didn't realise prior to coming here is Max is actually having some withdrawals to the morphine. So he was very unsettled overnight. So to say that he was unsettled is an understatement. He was terrible. And I'm talking about he was whinging and he was very irritable, like every 5 to 10 minutes. Overnight, I reckon I probably got maybe 2.5 hours sleep. That's just because I had to hold him. I was feeding every 3 hours and I was just trying to settle him most of the night. So overnight, they did give him a tiny dose of morphine to help settle him. That didn't work. A little while later, our nurse called the doctor, who then spoke to someone else. Mind you, this is 2:30 in the morning. And then at around 3 o'clock in the morning, they gave him some more pain relief in the form of clotidine. I think I'm saying that right. And he was okay for a little bit, but then he was still very irritable. And this went on
until I got here at 9:30 and he was still bad, and it went on for ages.
Yeah, I guess this was probably one of the things that we weren't prepared for, because all through his surgery and everything like that, we knew what was happening, the recovery process, and roughly what was happening. But this was something that was unforeseen, and
it's not like unforeseen. It's something that I guess I knew about, but you forget about it when your child's having major heart operation. You don't really think about that. So I think they say after 5 days they're at risk of becoming a bit dependent on morphine, and he's been on it for 8. So and he was on high dose morphine because he was hard to sedate.
So at the moment, his pain management plan is he is getting morphine every 6 hours, quite a low dosage, Panadol, and then he's also been approved to have the clotidine 3 times a day. But that's just a backup. They want to try and regulate his pain relief with the Panadol and the morphine, and then slowly wean him off of that. Now, they tell us this could take a few days, so I guess we've got a few more days of just trying to settle him and just keep him comfortable. At the moment, he's just had a dosage, and he's very content. He's very just quiet and resting, and very much at ease, which is nice for the moment. But we want to work towards getting him off all the morphine. So something else that has happened today is we were in a room on the other side of the ward, and we were sharing that room, and we were sharing a toilet. With another patient, and they've just moved us onto the other side of the ward here, and we've got our own room, our own toilet and everything else, which is really good for us, considering that we've got twins and there's one extra person in the room, and considering that he's making so much noise, well, not at the moment, and he will be for a few days, we're not disturbing anyone else. So that's kind of nice, having our own space, having our own privacy. And yeah, no, it's quite nice. While I was ducking down grabbing some coffee, the doctors came round and they were doing some rounds, and Ellen was here, and then she was just asking them a whole bunch of questions, one of which was, can you guys give us a ballpark figure how long we're going to be staying here?
It was more because one of the doctors yesterday mentioned that if he's on heparin, if he's on heparin, he has to have it intravenously through the eye.
Under 3 kilos.
If he's under 3 kilos. There was discussion about looking at other blood thinners to see if he could have something else, but he doesn't qualify because of his weight.
But also his heart rate.
Yeah.
So overnight, his heart rate kept dipping into the mid-80s. A normal infant should have a heart rate between 110 and 160. On the parameters of his monitoring, he's got that between 90 and 170. So as you can imagine, it was alarming all hours of the night. Alright, this thing's alarming now, so we might need to because it just kept dropping below 90. Even so, to the point where our nurse put a 5-minute block on the alarm because they noticed that this was a trend from yesterday and that it was just fluctuating so often. If it was under 90 for more than 5 minutes, then it would alarm. But they were keeping a close eye on all of his monitoring, all of his stats from their nursing station just outside our room here.
Because of that, he has to remain in hospital until he hits that 3 kilo mark. The clot is a very serious thing and they're taking it very seriously, which we want them to. But so we're here for, the doctor said, ballpark 3 weeks.
What's wrong? Hey, you're alright, mate. So the reason why it needs to be 3 kilos is because there's another drug that they can put him on, which is an injection.
Clexane, which is a twice daily injectable.
He can only take that when he's 3 kilos, and that's something that they can teach us how to administer, and we can just do that at home. So we can, I think they're saying that we could possibly stay somewhere close by, but be at home, and then, you know, they would come in for checks every so often, and then we could fly home. But again, everything is all determined with how Max is going, his recovery, and if he has any other complications.
We definitely want to get home, but we want him to be we're not taking him home unless he's healthy. And,
100%.
But it is really hard to be separated. Last night I had a rough night, nowhere near as rough as Charles, but Emily wakes frequently, Leo wakes frequently. It's easier when there's 2 of us there. It's hard, but apart from the actual logistics of having 3 children under 2, it's, I like being with Charles, so it's really hard.
I hope so. And that's right, and we don't want to separate like our family, only if we desperately need to. At the moment, we just got to do what's best for everyone, and that's what this is for the moment. So one of the main reasons we were asking about how long we're staying here at the Royal Children's Hospital is because our accommodation runs out at the end of this week. Ellen reached out to the host of the Airbnb, and it's actually booked out to someone else, so we have to move on. And that involves finding new accommodation, moving all of our stuff, and
It's going to be a couple of taxi trips, for sure.
yeah. Yeah, with all our crap. It's just another hurdle that we have to sort of tackle. But like always, we'll figure out a way, we'll do something, we'll make it happen. There's a lot of waiting around, but still there's a lot happening. So these are all the cords that Max has monitoring him at the moment. These things here. So guys, what's happened from here is Ellen's brother and his girlfriend have flown in this afternoon, as well as Desiree, my sister, is still here.
This hospital is amazing.
And that's fantastic news. It's so great to see that a lot of family have been able to fly over and just be with us through this tough time. And I think especially for Emily, she can't spend a whole lot of time here in the hospital, and it's good that these guys will be able to take her out, take her to the park. Desiree took her to the zoo the other day, and just little things like that just to keep her entertained and, you know, just keep her active and doing stuff. And, you know, that's fantastic, because the last thing we want is for her just to be stuck here, bored. Again, I'm spending the night here in hospital with Max. I think the way me and Ellen are looking at playing it, while Max isn't breastfeeding, I'm going to be doing majority of the stays here. For me, I've said it time and time again, I'm happy to put my hand up and do that, and, you know, give Ellen that time with Emily while she can. But once Max starts breastfeeding, then obviously Ellen will be in the hospital here with Leo, just like what we did back in Adelaide. So other than that, not a lot's happening today. Max has actually been very settled this afternoon. Once they started getting him onto his pain management plan, he's been doing really well. He's much more settled. He wasn't as irritable so often like he was this morning. So that's fantastic news. That's another step in the right direction. Alright guys, so that's the end of the vlog today. So if you're pregnant with twins, if you have twins, if you're pregnant with a heart kid, or you're just interested to see what we have going on, look out for the upcoming videos. Better yet, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you want to donate to Heart Kids, we'll have the link in the description below. And thank you for making it to the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Say good morning. Like when I was thinking about this video this morning, I was going to say good morning.
The thing this isn't hard to hold up for any of us.
No, of course not.
Can you just
Alright. Yes. Ellen has reached out to, what would you call it, the person we're renting off?
Yeah, the host.
We are unable to stay there for any longer, so no, that doesn't sound grammatically correct, does it?
We have to move on.